Buenalegames was hard at work in 2024. We create a video game book club, the show where we pick a video game each month, we play it to completion, and we discuss it in a podcast-style format. We talk in depth about every game we play, we recap the whole story, and we answer questions from our viewers to fuel good conversation and some banter between Ben and I. We played a total of 8 video games from May to December, and we spent some time in our last episode ranking each of these games. Those were Another Crab's Treasure, Animal Well, Hi-Fi Rush, Outer Wilds, Nine Souls, The Plucky Squire, Nier Automata, and Dredge.
You know, in 2024, we played some bangers, and I think we played some good games that were just, maybe a little more mid. But yeah, let's do it. I'm going to start with the game. I'm going to go bottom to top. So I'll start with what I enjoyed the least. And this, again, disclaimer, my own personal enjoyment. This is just my opinions. Everybody as a gamer has their own preferences, what they enjoy, what they don't enjoy. So what I rank, last might be what someone else ranks first. So
Actually,
all the games.
He's lying. This is complete facts only. Only facts from Ben. This is objective truth, guys. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to say in 8th position, I'm going to put the Plucky Squire. A good game, good. You can watch the episode if you want to hear more of our thoughts about it, but a good game, but just, not really up my alley, I guess you could say. In 7th, I think I'm going to put, it's hard, but I think I'm going to say Hi-Fi Rush.
Okay.
It was just a little too, it felt a little too, I don't know, normie for me. I think it's just such a, there was nothing pushing the boundaries about the game.
Yeah.
It was just kind of a solid experience front to back. And that's great. I enjoyed it. It was a fun game, but it didn't push me out of my comfort zone in any way, I guess you could say. In 6th, I think I'll say Another Crab's Treasure. And getting to the point here where it's a good game. I enjoyed Another Crab's Treasure, but it just didn't blow me out of the water in any way. It was just kind of a fun, kooky Souls-like that we played. In 5th, I think I'll say, it's getting hard at this point. It's getting hard. In 5th, I think I'm gonna say Animal Well. I think for Animal Well, it was a solid. I loved the game. It was really fun.
You loved it a lot. I feel like you loved it more than me. Yeah.
I did. I liked it a lot, and it was such a well put together game. The developer did such an unbelievable job with it, and I loved the time I spent with the game. I guess my main issue with it is that there's so much content that I wasn't able to engage with, just because I'm not the cryptographer person that's going to be in the community Discord trying to figure out, all the cryptic puzzles of the game and all this stuff. That's just not who I am as a gamer, I guess. So there was a lot of the game that I loved learning about, but I wasn't engaging with, if that makes sense. In 4th, I'll say Nier Automata. 4th was Nier is a game that I've played in the past, so I was kind of replaying it, and I was a huge fan of it the first time I played. I'm still a huge fan of it, but I think replaying it made me remember some of the ugly or less polished features of it. So it's still a great game, still a game I love talking about, and just all that stuff, but maybe not quite on the pedestal I remember it being. 3rd here, we're getting to the podium. We're getting to the to the great games we played. I think in 3rd, I'll say, actually, you know what? I'm gonna put Dredge in 4th. And 3rd, I'm gonna say is Nier Automata. I think it's still such a great experience, and Dredge. You just listened to all our thoughts about Dredge, so I'm just gonna, present that without comment. Top 2, I'm gonna say number 2 is gonna be Outer Wilds. I think such a great game, one of the more unique experiences in gaming. I think just the knowledge-based progression system is so unique and so fun, kind of to engage with. The story, I loved. It's got a great, really emotional message to it. I loved all that stuff. So yeah, solid number 2 for Outer Wilds. And in number 1, that can only leave Nine Souls. I think Nine Souls was, the best game we played, in my opinion. I think it was the game like I looked forward the most to playing, just because, I don't know, it just itched something in my brain. Like the combat, the bosses, the progression, all of it, the story. There was so much story to dive into. Just incredible. Like an incredible game front to back. Love Nine Souls. Got to be number 1. That's me.
Dude, I loved your ranking, and I feel like I could have predicted all 8 spots. When you said Nier under Dredge, I was like, no way, dude. But then you did it, and then you swapped them, and I was like, I know this boy. I know him so well. Let me start by saying that honestly, my ranking is not that different. Kind of. So let's get it going. So thank you for your
Well, just give me the ranking and then tell me like the ones you disagree about. Just explain.
Yeah. So in 8th will be Plucky Squire. Completely agree. And actually, the 8th, 7th, 6th, I completely agree with all of them. I think Plucky Squire is the worst game we've played. It was a fine game. I think we gave it good flowers. I think we might have given it even more flowers than it deserved. But again, mid. Then Hi-Fi Rush, kind of the same thing. I liked it. It was super solid. It's like a 7 out of 10. I think anyone could enjoy it, but it's nothing more than that. Another Crab's Treasure, I think probably objectively Hi-Fi Rush might be better than Another Crab's Treasure, but we just liked Another Crab's Treasure more. It's our first video game book club game. It was silly. It was just like it led us to what we are now, and it's always gonna have a good place in my heart. So then we go to the last 5, and I think Animal Well in 5th is accurate. I meshed well with Animal Well. I gave it a good 6 to 8 hours of gameplay. I didn't need anything else. I didn't need to do the bunnies. I didn't need to do any other secrets. It was just a cool Metroidvania. If it was like the first 6 hours, if they made a game, Animal Well 1.5, where it was just the first 6 hours and it's 15 hours total, I would have loved that game. But when it got super obtuse, that's just not for me.
Sure.
I think this one is one that might shock you, but 4th and 3rd, I would put Outer Wilds in 4th because, and it would be higher, but I don't know if you remember, but I was sick when we played and shot Outer Wilds, and I just couldn't. I kind of had like a brain fog almost when I had the flu, and I just couldn't give it maybe the time that it needed. And I just had to rush through the game. I had to look up guides and how to finish the game quickly so that we can talk about it in the book club. And it just kind of spoiled the game for me. Like I spoiled the game for myself. So
yeah,
I have to put it in 4th because I think objectively it would have been higher, but 4th for me. And then 3rd would be Nier Automata, which I know I talked kind of a lot of trash at Nier last episode. But it's a good game. I mean, I can't deny it. And then my top 2, which I think I alluded to when we shot the video, is Dredge for sure. 2nd, and Nine Souls is just the best game we played in 2024.
Gotta be.
Probably one of the best games I've played ever. It's just such an incredible game. And honestly, we only disagreed in what, 3rd and 4th? We just swapped
just
those?
a couple.
And Outer
Well,
Wilds,
I had Outer Wilds too.
Oh yeah. Outer Wilds and Dredge, maybe a little swap there, and that's kind of it. So very similar, actually, very very similar. Which is funny because we're such different gamers. Like we both like things differently, but hey, man, we can both recognize good games. God, we're so we're so cracked. We're so good at Video Game Book Club.
If you want to be part of the club, make sure to like, subscribe, and join our Discord so you can play the game of the month alongside us and our community. Okay, bye.